up, everybody, and welcome to another DID video. We have another introduction today. Another introduction. That is a mouthful. Alright, so today I'm going to introduce you somewhat to Pride. Pride is one of my male others, and he is a seeker, just like Lulu. However, his seeking is something completely different than hers, whereas Lulu seeks affection. Pride will actually seek... Oh man, I keep forgetting that word. I did this earlier when I tried to record this before. He seeks attention through art. Let's just put it that way. He thrives off of people loving what he does. Anywho, he has always been somebody who wants to get us noticed in the right way. Whereas Lulu is physical affection, with, be it, relationships, hookups hookups, or whatever the hell we're kind of looking for at the time. Pride is mental stimulation. He wants to get his attention through art, videos, gaming, creation of interesting stories, things that would capture the eye and the hearts and attention of others. And others in my system as well. Sorry if that was confusing. But it's always been that way. Ever since I was a kid, he's always kind of been there. Because obviously, DID starts in childhood. But I didn't know he was there. I thought it was just me. So, whenever somebody would have stages with art, or someone else would get picked for a role in a play, he would get angry and upset, and he'd feel like he was betrayed, or he felt lied to or used. Especially when somebody basically said that, I think you're gonna win. Or you're totally gonna get this part. And then they change their mind and like, yeah, I think somebody else is a little better. Like, for example, art shows. We entered multiple art shows and then we just stopped altogether. Because no matter how much we put art in, how much work we put in, we would put days into our work to try to make it nice. And they would never sell. Because these were, we'd earn money for our drawings, which is kind of nice. The ones that sold massively were realistic drawings that people were so skilled in, and they were so impressed. We could do them in under an hour, and it's just like... In his words, like, we spent days on our work, and these people spent 5 hours. Which is no short amount of time, mind you, but I've seen people do that kind of work in under 5 minutes. And that made it feel worse. And, same thing with, like, drama class. We would want a role that was really good, and then somebody else, what we thought wasn't going to get it, would, and it sucked. Pride is a vampire of the arts. And he generally feels a little bit worthless when he can't get what he needs for us out of it. And the same goes for YouTube, unfortunately. He kind of feels like if we're not pulling in, like, numbers or something, or getting attention that we deserve, that he's doing something wrong. And in turn, it makes me feel that way, even though it's not true. Obviously we are doing good, and I've tried to convince him of this constantly, and he's just like, no, we're not. Like, there are so many people who have less subscribers than us, getting so many more views. I don't know what we're doing wrong. And I have to explain to him that it's just how things work sometimes, and we found workarounds to get attention and everything. But every time I find a workaround, he says, no, I want to do this by the book. I want to do this like everybody else did before us, where they just posted and got attention. And it's hard for me to explain to him that that might not be how it works anymore. Because I don't want to crush his spirits. And there's one thing about Pride that I realize is that he's stubborn. He will keep trying and burn himself out until he gets it right. And that's kind of why I started adopting the new format of several videos in one day, and then we post one, and the rest is for the rest of the week. Because that helps us avoid burnout. We can relax, just post the stuff, and go about our day, and enjoy what we do. I come up with new ideas. Pride is a very complex other in that regard. He is somebody who likes to do things by the book. He likes to do things his way. And he likes stuff to mean something. There always has to be meaning in something, which, honestly, for someone like me, I see hidden meanings in a lot of things. But if I can't find a meaning in it, it doesn't bother me. With Pride, he's just like, no, it has to mean something. No, it can't mean nothing. Nothing means nothing. You know, it's that kind of thing. Like, it's interesting, to say the least. And honestly, I love this guy, but sometimes he's a little bit hard to work with. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't give him up or anything, but sometimes we do things that don't benefit us, even though they are creative. We've actually done commissions in the past, and we tried to make a page for it, and in our heads, it's just like, oh yeah, we're totally any commissions. If these people loved it so much, someone else will. Our commissions have been dry for months. I'm not even lying to you. Like, it's been rough. And we've hardly ever drawn since that went dry. Like, and that's kind of the hard part, is we do have to keep ourselves alive to do this stuff and to buy more tools. And explaining that without blindly following this idea that it'll all work out without thinking about the consequences of what we're doing has been a problem. Now I'm somebody who believes that anything is possible and there's no such thing as coincidence and everything, but sometimes I look at this and I look at things, not YouTube, but I look at the situation we're in, I'm just like, can we try something else? And the stubbornness kicks in. He's like, no. Keep grinding at it. And I will admit that that's actually empowering in a way, because he believes in me. That we can do great. And he believes in himself and the rest of our system that we can do great things. But it's hard. It's really hard sometimes. But anyway, Pride's appearance is pretty specific. He is a little bit taller than me. I think he's like 6'2". Pretty muscular. He's kind of thin though, like that thin muscle kind of deal. Lean muscle, that's what it is. He generally wears, like, I think he wears white t-shirts. I could be wrong, but white t-shirts, black jackets, black jeans, and boots and stuff like that. He has white hair and red eyes that are kind of cat-like in appearance. And he's your basic vampire, except he can go out in daylight. Wouldn't be very beneficial if he can come out at night. He and Lulu are like this. They are very, very close because they're both seekers. And their goals kind of go hand in hand, because affection can come from pretty much anywhere. And, you know, getting praise and, you know, love and admiration, which is Pride's goal, can come from anywhere. And ultimately, the two of them, when they work in tandem, can either make or break me. In school, they broke me, like, constantly. We were acting out a lot and causing scenes and laughing all the time, and got us in a lot of trouble. Now that we're older, well, they were always kind of the same age, but now that I'm older, I should say, we understand the consequences for acting out, and, you know, it's kind of thanks to them I'm on here. So, I guess you can thank them for me being on YouTube. Like, love them or hate them, which I do love them. They do their job. They push me to try things that I would never try in my life. And thanks to Pride, I've been happier than I've ever been doing YouTube. I'm making stuff that I love instead of just cranking out things that mean nothing. And I gotta thank him for that. And working with Lulu, we've gotten affection from people that we've never experienced before. There are people who accept us for who we are. In streams that we're mods for, and in the comments, and personal messages, and hell, Instagram at this point. Like, I mean, I get personal messages or anything on Instagram, but there are people who follow me, which means I'm doing something right. So, I'm happy they're here. And if they ever disappear, I will feel very upset. But, you know, integration does become part of things. Anyway, sorry for that somber note at the end. I got very emotional. I was kind of looking off the screen, kind of like, partly because I was thinking about what to say next, and partially because I was also dissociating a little bit. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I always do. If you like what I do here, here's Zaji. Sorry. If you like what I do here, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really has been a lot, especially with this algorithm. It is a mess, and I need the support as much as possible. Ring the bell, whatever. Do what you gotta do. You're beautiful, you're valid, and you're important. That is very, very, very important to me and everyone up here. And I'll see you in the next video that I make. So until then, goodbye.